first rounder yourself, what is it truly like to hear your name called for these players in that first round?
Well, it's very exciting. It's one of those moments where you think back to when you were like 5, 10 years old playing football in Little League. You think about the sacrifices your parents made or those that were influential in your life as a guardian. You think about, honestly, like the hard times, you know what I mean? Like, because it's not easy to get to this point. There's only 32, and last night there was 31 guys that went the first round. So it's a very select fraternity of people. And granted, being in the NFL is a select fraternity anyways, but to be coined as a first rounder is a big deal, so it means a lot.
Last night, Bryce Young said, as a first rounder, he knows there's a lot of work to do, but he only has to focus on this moment right now and try to be consistent. How good of advice is that for the younger players as yourself going through that?
Well, absolutely. It's great advice. And, Bryce is very wise beyond his years, and that's why he went first overall, beside the fact that he's a great player. But the best advice that I would give somebody going in the first round is, you set your own expectation for yourself. The media, which is us, the fans, coaches all have their own expectation. More so your coaches and GM, listen to them, of course, but, personally, be understanding that it's going to be a process. It's not an overnight thing. You were great in high school, you were great in college, and you'll be great in the NFL, but it's going to take time.
From round one, who won the draft in your eyes from last night?
Quite a few teams, but I'll choose one, so I won't cheat there. I think Seattle did. When you can get Witherspoon from Illinois in the top 10, and then you can still get Jackson Smith and Jigba at 20, in my opinion, both of those guys were the number one at their position. You think about the fact they just paid Geno a lot of money, so there's an investment there for him to have success. You had DK Metcalf, the other receivers, Lockett, with Jackson Smith and Jigba. You got 3 guys that can all go. And then on the defensive side, you got a young corner in Woolen and now Witherspoon. So to me, I felt like they won the first round.
Quarterback still left on the board, obvious. Will Levis still up for grabs today. Who do you think goes tonight? Who do you think is the best chance of making a big impact from who's left?
Out of quarterbacks? Well, I think tonight's second and third round. So there might be 3 quarterbacks that go. Will Levis for sure. He'll go early. Hendon Hooker will go. And maybe a third, Jack Hayner from Fresno State might have a good chance to go in the second or third round, depending on what teams want a quarterback. And then even with Will Levis, I know a lot of people make a big deal about him not getting picked last night. But if I'm him, or if I'm like a mentor to him, like, hey, man, look at it this way. You got a better or a sooner chance to get paid again because you're not a first rounder. You don't have that 5th-year option. And just go out there and work hard. It doesn't matter when you get picked. It matters where you get picked, too. And that'll be my best advice to him is don't worry about what happened last night.
Awesome. Thanks, EJ, for your time.
Absolutely.